Hi everyone, I'm Airier, and today we're going to be looking at Max0r's incorrect review of Final Fantasy 15. The review is in parentheses. I'm not sure why, because, I mean, we already know it's wrong, but also sometimes it's completely right. Yeah, the BTS adventure. And I get this one. That's a reference to a band? That said, I actually know what Final Fantasy 15 is. I've never beat it because I lost all will to adventure when it was just a bunch of me getting stuck under bushes and losing track of the character and not being able to do anything because I can't see what I'm doing. It's like, hey, it'd be really nice if some of the fights didn't happen in foliage blocking the camera. Otherwise, I'm going to jump right in. It's Max0r. I know I'm about to be assaulted in a sense that my entire mind is going to be like... So, standard reaction. If you guys haven't already, link below, original video, hit it up. Are you done? Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. You can find me here, YouTube. Of course, you're here already, do that. Also on Twitch and Twitter, both at Airier Games. If you find me on TikTok, though, that's still the person impersonating me, and I don't know why they do that, because why? I don't get it either. Yeah. So let's get started.
There are spoilers in the video. Spinal
oh my god,
Stagnancy 15 is one of the most
did he just do his own intro card? Dude, I think he actually adjusted it. From a distance, it actually looked correct, though. Spinal Stranagency? Stranacy? Huh. I just saw the overall background. I didn't even realize. No, he did his own wording here. And in the correct font. Neat.
Stagnancy 15 is one of the most unintentionally funny games ever made. And I don't award that distinction lightly.
No, actually with Arden, I thought they did intend it, though.
Trying its best. In this game, you play as John Fantasy, an intrepid prince of insomnia, accompanied by the BT.
The BTS one makes sense, but the John Fantasy, did he just... I'm of two minds. One, I kind of want to go see exactly what kind of cringe that was. You know what? No, we're already here. We're going to... Oh, it's that kind of cringe. It is literally that kind of cringe. It's every freaking emo boy band. Oh, God. It's literally the Heinz 57 because every single one is in there. Oh, wow. That kind of hurts. It's also
Prince of Insomnia, accompanied by the BTS crew as they travel across Korea in a bid to dodge the draft and re-establish the Joseon dynasty with Jungkook as their one true king. If you can think of it,
that is kind of.
Do you want to conscript God to kill endangered animals, entering Super Saiyan mode to kill a sea?
Okay, that one about conscripting God to kill animals. Yeah, that one hurts. You can never get those things when it actually matters. Like, hey, here's a random fight we're about to win. Also, sudden overkill God mode. Never in a fight you need it. Never when you're losing. Only when it's useless. God damn you, Max0r.
Compress a mountain-sized turtle into a black hole and break the
entire
game's
I didn't even know you could do that.
Because of lasagna. Yeah, that's possible. Is it a good game? Well done.
I'm sorry, you can do what with the what? You could... I sucked at this game because I could never level up enough, and there was a way to break it? Oh, I love finding this out now.
System because of lasagna. Yeah, that's possible. Is it a good game? Well, that's debatable. The original director wanted to make the game a musical, but you know, thank God they added It's debatable. The original director wanted to make the game a musical, but you know, thank God they added the hyper-realistic pizza. It just wouldn't be the same.
Hyper-realistic pizza honestly does make it better. I'm going to be completely honest. He's not even making a joke about that, but Max0r's sources are usually pretty good when he says things like that. This was supposed to be a musical? Funny thing is, Square Enix did attempt that in the Atlantia version, or specifically in the tiny little section of it in Kingdom Hearts. Oh god, was that... You know, honestly, as a side project, making this a rhythm game might actually work out. I don't know. I suck at rhythm games. Granted, I sucked at this game too, so nothing would have changed.
Design disasters that I've ever seen, and showing it to you in its full absurd glory is a service to my country. With hurricane-force tonal shifts, batshit story, and utterly incomprehensible combat, there is no part of this game that didn't surprise me. Although I don't think they intended that. So come along as we dive headfirst into the boy band madness and recall the finest game of 2016. If you know any Latin, this game is fucking insulting. Our story begins.
Dear God, that was 2016. That was 7 years ago? We're not even 5 minutes in, and I'm already just having my mind blown, man.
With the king of Korea, whose name is King Lightheaven, the 113th.
Seriously? That's actually what his name
is. Yeah, that is only 2,000 years old, meaning for him to be there, every single male king must have fucked at 17. Maximum. He's busy disowning
honestly, considering how early they died, that
protagonist,
probably actually happened, yeah.
Lightheaven, in hopes that he will get some blonde bitch pussy. Noctis, my son, I have erectile dysfunction. It's here that we're introduced to our buddies, the BTS boys, and all of their unique mechanics. Quicksilver is a light Slovenian femboy who exclusively fights through small arms fire. Fire not.
Yeah. I'm just going to throw out there with all of the different skins they eventually put into the game, I'm sure there is either a canon or modded in one that is literally just the BTS outfits. The more he makes that joke, the more I'm like, no, it's not even a joke. It's an accurate representation, and I wouldn't be surprised if BTS did an homage to this at some point. I don't know anything about BTS. I'm assuming it's a boy band, because that's the only reason this would make a joke work. If I'm wrong, this is going to be very embarrassing.
Knowledge is a smart, calculating man who shanks you with rusty knives, and sword friendship is a burly, reliable bear who hits people with giant chunks of metal. With our friends assembled in our car out of gas, it's time to begin the game in earnest. Now, it's surprising me that they actually struggled to push their car, since Noctis can deflect punches from a fucking giant. This sets in motion a series of quirky adventures to satiate the bloodlust.
Just checking a few things.
This sets in motion a series of quirky adventures to satiate
quirky adventures. Yep.
Park Ji-min. It's time to talk about that combat, or better known as a 19th century
Probably
safari.
BTS.
Take that, Cecil the Lion. When it works, you're dashing between enemies, performing mid-air backflips, and
oh, I just got the Cecil the Lion reference. Safari, you're basically going out and killing animals, and the joke is Cecil the Lion because Cecil the Lion was actually a heritage animal, essentially a national icon in an African country, and a American dentist decided to go and kill it. He wasn't allowed. He just did it. There's more to it. Honestly, it's kind of depressing to think about.
and teleporting around fast enough to burn
It's like,
my
you killed
graphics
Mufasa!
card. For the other half, though, it's imbalance as fuck. Let's go on a quest to explore a level 20 cave. In order to get there, you'll have to drive down the street, take the path, and fight the mandatory level 54 Giga Snake. Endgame bosses are...
You know, I finally put that goddamn snake out of my head. That goddamn snake that's meant for like a later fight, and it's like, hey, see what you can get later on? It's horribly just... And you have to run past it, and you don't realize. I'm just like, okay, the game is literally just putting it in my way and directing me to go right by it. It's probably like some kind of mini boss I have to fight. Let's see. Oh god, I'm already dead in one hit. How is it killing me before I get it? Okay, I'm under level. Come back after leveling up maybe 10 or 20 more levels. Oh shit, it's now taking 2 hits for me to die. Long story short, I set my game over to easy mode so I could survive running past it. And it still killed me at least once. I did not want to remember that. I really didn't.
53. I'm not even 10 hours in. Fortunately, you could run right past it and straight into the instant kill crabs. I'm convinced they put this here by accident. There is
Thankfully, I actually avoided all these guys
so
without
how
fighting.
do we stop getting crabs like your dad? Noctis has 4 slots to use 4 weapons of various movesets, including swords, bigger swords, London resident, hydraulic press channel, rock on a stick, gun, and magic.
Wait, he has a gun?
Mind Freeze is pretty cool, but bullets work a little faster. Each enemy reacts differently to each weapon, forcing you to switch up your playstyle, or alternatively, just hold down the sword button and watch the game play itself. I can just feel the variety. But by far, the best weapon in your arsenal
I usually never
is the
survive
point
this long.
warp, which allows you to travel arbitrary distances at will. Oh, buddy, hang on. I see a pixel like 5 miles away. The primary contributor towards the game actually being fun
looks
is
cool though, but
warp, even when I use it to cheese the game. Not to mention, the animation budget is absurd. Every time you hit someone's back, every single time you parry a boss, for every boss, there is a unique animation. You can really feel the animator's sweat as he nears the end of his 13-hour Japanese workday at the Square Enix Insane Asylum, leaping 60 feet.
How long ago did he make this game? Or this video came out, what, a year ago? Yeah, a lot of the... Let's go with the news about the shit that people in the gaming industry, specifically in some of these games. Yeah, Sweatshop is very much the accurate way to describe this. Also, yeah, you know what? I kind of never noticed it in-game because I sucked. But now you pointed out there were a lot of custom animations, so someone really did do a good job on that. Neat.
to stab a dog, a mid-air sword fight, and a triple backflip to dunk.
I didn't know you could fight her with a mid-air sword fight. I beat her on the
ground. It's really janky. A common theme for Final Fantasy 15 is that it's fun when it works, but it doesn't often work. So before our thrilling performance in a
he hasn't even mentioned the freaking bushes, the hardest boss in the game.
It's important that we go over the rest of our thrilling Korean lore to answer such questions as why has our dad sent us to Nevada? Why is the cow big? Why won't a virtual YouTuber Tsunamaki Watami collaborate with me?
And thus we have the Watame reference. I think we actually missed it in one video. He just had random. Some crimes cannot be forgiven. Wait, some crimes cannot be forgiven? Odd. Also, I don't think he's been in chapter titles before. Interesting.
There are 6 gods or some shit, and they made humans for fun. Big mistake. These include Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, the Wizard, the Snake, the Unsafe for YouTube, Unlimited Blade Works, and the God of Breakdancing. The Tango Totem
he did actually do that.
was very helpful and told us how to turn on our stove. From this, the beautiful and powerful civilization of Solheim had risen to try and kill the gods immediately, presumably with enough nukes to make Belka look like Clown College. This, of course, forces the dancing deity to strike them down, creating...
I mean, to be fair, what you learn about the gods later, other than Shiva, all of them are kind of dicks.
Demons and alternative political philosophies. This pisses everyone off and begins the First Korean War, forcing the gods to give the kings of Lucis some cool swag and the K-pop crystal, forever dividing humanity and preventing the manifestation of white people Juche. So after the defeat of the Samba Scourge, the gods took a nap for like several thousand years, leaving the maintenance of Earth to the kings of Lucis, apparently seeing no problem.
I hate how he keeps bringing this face. I was like, yeah, it's never going to get easier to look at. Or is that a different face that's just equally effed up? I'm just going to pretend that it's actually a really incompetent artist who doesn't know how to do faces, even though every other detail is hyper-realistic. And considering that they probably cleaned the face up to make it more palatable, the actual person probably looked even more screwed up. Yeah, people would touch up images so they looked prettier in them because they were the one paying, so they did that. This is the touched up version. I don't get it though. Why does he keep saying North Korea? Or just Korea in general? I feel like I'm missing a joke here. It's all because it's BTS. It literally took me this long to realize, yes, BTS is a K-pop band. So all the jokes are going to be based on Korea and saying how it's a Korean game because BTS is basically the boy band and they're a boy band. I literally am, not even 5 minutes into this, and I literally just got this now.
Problem with this. So anyways, the Niflheim
I'm not going to go back to look at all the pictures. Those just can make me annoyed.
Using an army of Juche demon terminators. Their new goal
basically
is to kill all of the gods again, except this time while they're sleeping. And by the time our game
actually
begins,
works.
the kingdom of Lucis has retreated to one city. I guess the god's blessing is just shit.
And
now,
that one city is quickly taken. Actually, they kind of win in the beginning.
The city for an arranged marriage with the Empire.
Yeah.
Do I hear skydiving?
Hey, look, things in the movie that don't actually happen in the game.
I mean, I guess the plot has to happen sometime.
I got spurs.
I just feel annoyed that he's actually taking the time to pull in parts of Kingsglaive. It's like, that was not the worst movie Square Enix has ever done. Spirits Within has that, it doesn't feel right aspect. Also, it literally bankrupted Enix and then became Square Enix because they had to do the buyout and all that stuff, but just putting in all those things like, hey, these are really cool, really great when I get to see them in game. Oh, they're not in the game. They're only in the movie. You have to buy separately, and it kind of sucks. You don't actually want to watch it. Things I remember about this game, they're just kind of making it worse now. God damn you, Max0r. I was able to forget some of this.
This emotional and life-changing moment affects our protagonist greatly. Everything he's ever known has been destroyed, and nothing will ever be the same again. Knock this. You want to go ride some boys? Ho, it's almost enough to make you forget about your dead family. With our lives permanently destroyed, it's time for...
I mean, he's joking, but I did actually forget about that plot point when I was playing the game doing this. I think it was even back when I was streaming this game before I kind of stopped because I got into Destiny again. And yeah, unironically, I did forget all about the, oh my god, my entire family just died aspect of the plot because chocobos. I'm a horrible person.
for Noctis to begin the true trials of a king. The first step of which is to find all of the tombs of previous kings spread throughout the world and steal their shit.
They're really not even that important.
Mode. Thanks, Grandpa. Your ashes were delicious. This is when the problems begin, and they don't end. Director Tetsuya Nomura was, to put it lightly, a fucking batshit. Again, he tried to make the game a musical because he watched Les Miserables once. There is no escaping the ghost.
I'm assuming the once watching Les Miserables is the joke because that involves Hugh Jackman singing, and that was not his best performance, which is weird because I've seen other pics where he's actually really damn good, but I'm assuming that's the joke. Here's the thing, though. It's Max0r. Every now and again, when he says something absolutely batshit insane that there's no way it's real, that's the real part. Tell me it's not the real part, that this initially was designed as a musical because of Les Mis. Specifically, Les Mis, the movie, with Hugh Jackman singing. I'm very afraid the first comment is going to be, bad news, Airier. It was. If it is, I brought this on myself. This is forbidden knowledge that I should have known better than to ask for.
Of cut content. It has so many unique and amazing locations that you see one time. It's as if the game has too much money, but the budget had to be prioritized by fucking Cleverbot. This took 10 years and 2 engines to make. When you play the main quest, it introduces some new characters in elaborate cutscenes and then kills them in a minute. You would think the open world would be some relief from this, but no, the car is on rails. They didn't even program driving. What does that remind you of? Speaking of things that the developers forgot to do,
just make it crash sometimes.
There's a few of them, but out of the 206 possible activities, there were only 2 that were good. How can this be? Well, the best way to describe why is to engage in one, and I think this market looks like a great place to start. Hey, what's up, king of the planet? So I was driving my car, and I just so happened to kill my wife.
Yeah, it is kind of weird that he's walking around the admittedly half really cool looking, half kind of fake textures from 7 years ago. And no one reacts to that. Yeah, that is weird. Also, the peppers look really damn good. The rest of it, for its time, not bad. The peppers look really good, though. Oh, God, that's garlic.
Crashing into a tree at 90 miles per hour. Sounds good. I need you to go find my mangoes. You're fucking what? I left them in the truck after killing my wife in a car crash. I don't think your problem is mangoes. Can you find my mangoes? All right, we'll just go and find the mangoes. Wow, look at these bees. Thank you for finding the mangoes that I lost when I killed my wife. A while back, I lost a few apples on the side of the road while driving at night. Okay, let's go do that. Apparently, because they didn't have enough money to waste, Square Enix put a cup noodles quest into the game. The characters actively rant.
I remember this. It was one of the actually good quests. The other being the Behemoth quest. And then I was like, I forgot all the others. And I'm assuming that wasn't forgetting, that was actually repressing it. You know, I was actually going to say this was a decent game. But he's bringing up so many things. I apparently didn't even realize I was repressing that. I'm good. I'm good. We're good. Just taking a breath here. No reason. I'm not angry. No. This isn't pissing me off because it had so much potential and it had a good time. Demo that was actually fun and nostalgic. Could just hit all the things like, hey, this is kind of what we're looking at. It's just gonna be a little fun thing. And then it just didn't do anything I hoped for.
It's about the deliciousness of cup noodles.
They're easy to make whenever you've got a craving, and they're delicious.
Yeah, that's the actual audio.
If you take something already delicious like cup noodles and add in the finest, freshest ingredients, what do you get?
Not cup noodles.
So
it doesn't do fresh.
The map's disguised
that stuff
on our
lives forever.
We travel between locations, interspersed between vast stretches of absolute nothingness. This game already
Beautiful
looks
nothingness,
great. Our
very
gang
much nothing.
rides to the city of Lestalem in search of Noctis's ibuprofen. Fortunately, this well-dressed and not suspicious individual has all of the answers that we need. This is art.
Also, it's kind of weird because we did see him in the beginning with the bad guys, and if you watch Kingsglaive before the game starts, you know he's the bad guy, or if you watched it during any time when it came out, when you already started, you really weren't sure because all the content you need to explain what the hell's happening is in the movie. You would have already known he's the bad guy, so the entire plot was, oh, he's the bad guy. Doesn't work because you already know. I did not realize this was going to get my blood pressure up so much.
A man who is incapable of speaking normally.
Aren't nursery rhymes curious things?
No. No, they're really not, unless you're like 5.
He is willing to lead us to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's medicine cabinet.
Yeah, okay,
we
bald,
accept it without hesitation. So after entering his white van with free My Chemical Romance CDs, we arrive at Dwayne "The Rock" skyrocketing rock slide rocket sprocket. I came here
it was
to
actually
clear a
cool
headache.
section. Noctis beats up God.
So for Noctis to gain the God's power and defeat the Empire for good, he has to beat half of them up. Kind of like the Empire does,
yeah, I
but
guess
he's
the
the
other half were
correct family of inbred designer dogs, so it's different. A prolonged and painful fight against Dwayne's masturbation arm ensues, really highlighting this game's focus on spectacle at the expense of my sanity. But eventually, we scratch his arm into respecting us, and he
Granted,
fucking
yeah,
kills everyone in a 90-mile radius.
Hello, bitches. I'm with the Empire now, and furthermore, I've stolen your car. Get the fuck inside. Or
The car taking part actually was kind of
You
annoying.
know, it's very nice that Arden gave us a lift up twice. I wonder if we'll see more of him. Next on the list of gods to impress is Gandalf, who just kind of lives in the woods that we've already explored. I think they ran out of time for this one because the only thing standing between us and him is one cave that you walk through it. Maybe romance a snake or two. Oh man, guys, she's real cute. I don't know what to say. Bada bing, bada.
Wait, what? That was an option? The fuck? I don't even remember that part. I did go through this.
Standing between us and him is one cave that you walk through it. Maybe romance.
Naga, level 30. Where? I know where. Can't help you. Was this actually a romance option? I mean, you don't usually get to talk to monsters, and I guess you did here, and I don't know what to think about this. I'm sure there's fan art. It's the internet. I know there's fan art. Oh god.
She's real cute. I don't know what to say. Bada bing, bada doovel. We've got his approval. That took like 20 minutes. This game
And
is
if
more
all of them
rushed
were
than
like that, it would have been a lot
fucking
easier.
high-rise. From this moment going forward, the game has effectively destroyed all possible tension. By having Noctis be explicitly assisted by fucking Zeus, Final Fantasy 15 becomes a game about the gods being lazy. How's this for a mechanic?
I mean, to be completely fair, with all the expanded content about the gods being lazy, Max0r is understating what they were eventually going to do, except it seems like the extended content was just a patch about how it was like an entire parable, that's the word, about management being assholes and overworked staff and just doing what you want and saying fuck you to people telling you what to do that's stupid. And of course, then they got canceled as soon as they actually started to make that point in the game. Yeah, personal opinion? Yes. Am I right? Maybe. So him saying the gods are lazy is probably a legitimately accurate thing. They're just also assholes.
The god's help is summoned randomly. Oh man, Noctis, you're fighting like 90 demons down there. You can handle that. Good luck.
6 hours
Noctis, I
later.
will be the one to save you from these 3 very threatening giraffes.
Yep.
You can thank me
Because they're
later.
so overpowered,
You know,
if you had
I've gotten
control
pretty
of
used to
it,
this
you would
game.
never
The vast
lose.
open world, the fruit
instead of
truck
making it
incident,
useless.
or having a car. We'll throw that shit in the trash. This game turns from an open world adventure into a linear corridor halfway through. Although that's
Never
giving
got
the
that far.
open world a lot of credit. I don't think I'm going to miss this guy. From this point onward, we are eternally trapped in the cut content zone. The devs
What?
made a nearly perfect
yeah.
recreation of Venice with no side quests in it. Look at the
What?
detail of this town, the beautiful architecture, the unique art. I was there for 10 minutes. Once. It's actually impressive that they're willing to waste.
I mean, I knew this place was beautiful because it was in the freaking demo, but I didn't realize there was no content in it. Yeah, you can tell that they were like, it's been 10 years. We already fucked it. Let's just throw it in there. They'll walk through it and be done. They don't want to walk around anymore. And honestly, if it was in the open world section, very well might be the case.
This much time. Even the
watching on that
NPCs in this
app?
town
I
are
can't even
just
tell.
fucking off. The bartender for the only restaurant in the city talks like he wants to fucking eat you. What the fuck do you mean, Eldritch Abomination, Satoshi?
I don't know why, but just this moment right here. Just right where his eyes go. Yeah, right there. Yeah, top of the head incline. It's like where you can't actually see his pupils except for the very barest hints, like going, yes, I can never see you. It's intimidating. Ow, that actually hurt in ways I wasn't expecting. How does it even hurt the eye to do that? Ow. That is actually intimidating.
Abomination, Satoshi. Get back to the office right now and animate another 100 backflips.
Still don't know what he's watching on that platform. Can't tell.
So after owning God 1 and God Nude, it's up to Noctis and the Bacchus to head to the Imperial capital and retrieve our K-pop crystal. That is until Arden shows up and he derails the entire fucking plot.
But it's not train.
It turns out that Arden isn't just with the Empire, he is the fucking Empire. Oh,
essentially.
And also he can teleport, is literally immortal, has stabbed my wife, and also is going to kill the fucking sun. All that we have to do to stop him is enter the city of Pyongyang and endure his weaponless cock and ball torture dungeon. This man has gone from helping...
Okay, I'll be honest, I've heard about that dungeon, and in some of the later updates, you were allowed to skip it. And if you fucked up and chose to play through it, you still had to. And by skip it, I mean you went to other characters doing other things that wasn't nearly as painful, because it's not worth going through ever.
Us to literally trying to gas me. Of course, doing so to trap Noctis in a pocket dimension for 10 years and fight the sun. That way, he can kill the gods and the true king while he's a consenting adult. If this all sounds confusing or stupid, don't worry, I don't have time to explain. You're totally free to watch the 5-episode anime series, animated episode art and prologue, all 4-character DLC, and the full Kingsglaive Final Fantasy 15 movie if you want.
I'm going to be completely honest, out of all of that, watch highlights of Kingsglaive just at the end to see the fall of Noctis or whatever the... I don't even... Or Insomnia, that's the town name. There's so many freaking fake or faux used Latin stuff. Ugh. Yeah, the fall of Insomnia. You can see that. See that section and then watch none of the rest because it's cool once and then you think about what you just watched. It's like, oh, none of this made sense. Out of the rest of it, Brotherhood had some cool moments talking about some of the character backstories. Also, yeah, it's Brotherhood. Yeah. It came out around the same time of exactly what you're thinking. And by the same time, I mean within the same decade. So it doesn't matter because you know exactly what I'm thinking. And everyone else probably was too. The Prompto episode actually was pretty good and built a lot of character that never came up again. It's like, hey, here's all this backstory and lore, and you just, no, we're going to drop it. Everyone else kind of like, yeah, it makes sense. Him, no, it's like, this is a major change. It does make Prompto a lot more deep, and it's useless. I'm just getting repressed rage. All the repressed rage. Oh, there's also a multiplayer DLC. You're going to skip that and never know it exists because there's technically the one survivor from Kingsglaive. It's like, oh, the one person I didn't care about survived. Lovely. Just doing a breathing exercise so I can just do this without rage. Do this without rage. Goose fraba. Okay, we're good. Yeah, there's a lot of extra stuff that didn't just... No, you could tell it was just a freaking money grab, which I would say would be the worst Square Enix ever did, except they've recently gone into NFTs. It was like, we can get money from people for literal useless shit that's absolutely valueless, and we can have an AI generate, so we don't have to pay artists to do it. We just steal someone else's work so they can just reiterate on that in ways that look absolutely horrible, and then they'll give us money for it. And that's literally something they did.
Want the full context for what's happening. That's a very ambitious of you, Square Enix. In fact, they retroactively updated the game to contain scenes from the movie because it just didn't make enough sense. Now it's up to us to fight Arden in the future. This is, of course, the part where the developers realized they had too many bosses since this game was planned as well as the Great Leap Forward. So they make us fight like 5 in a row. That is some pacing. Not to mention, they're all very difficult. One might say absolutely unplayable. As it turns out, valuing your own time by not playing the shitty fetch quests gives your experience vastly below what is expected. We aren't even strong enough to fight the big snake. I could go back and do some quests if I was
not worth
stupid.
it.
No, we're going to do something much worse.
Chapter 6, how to break the entire game?
So what you're going to want to do is travel back in time to Venice and endure the 5 minutes of gondola riding.
What?
You cannot skip it. We do this to head to the cannibal restaurant and dine on some photo...
There's a 5-minute guaranteed gondola ride. Like, once would be fine. Every time after that, I'm just... Oh, okay. Also, that is really good looking food. It's good thing I already ate
realistic
for once.
lasagna. This step is non-negotiable. Next, what you're going to want to do is time travel further in the past to Nevada. Watch out for this guy. He might try to steal the platinum chip. Go and initiate the quest where you're supposed to fight the huge fucking Blastoise for 2 hours. You can try to summon God, but he is powerless against the big turtle.
Seriously?
Congratulations, you've unleashed unstoppable death into this world, and now it's up to you to destroy it. This is the Ring of the Lucio. You get it after visiting the 2-hour ball twisting dungeon and can be used to compress enemies out of existence. For no discernible reason, it works on the turtle, instantaneously killing him via compression into a stellar object. That is a lot of XP. Now, XP is applied only when you sleep and can be enhanced.
So there was a cheat code to get rid of the 2-hour turtle? It's not even a cheat code, it's literally in the game? God damn. That's actually kind of cool. I like little secrets like that.
By sleeping in a hotel, which is multiplied by 3 if you eat lasagna. It's time to travel back to the future into an alternate fucking timeline where we've gone Garfield, and by editing the past in Nevada, we have altered the future. Congratulations, you now have the XP equivalent of 3 giant turtles. The game is over. Why even play anymore? All that's left is to strut back to the Arden Gauntlet and let the game play itself. Just take caution when time traveling that you do not get absorbed into the eternally falling hellscape.
And
now we
the
can
game
break
breaks
through
down.
Arden's big cocoon using the help of each god individually. Although they apparently can't just kill him because that would free me from this nightmare. Your wife's ghost also shows up, and I'm gonna be honest, I forgot that Luna Freya was in the game because she's a walking plot device. The game has no autonomous women in it, very based of you, Japan. As for the ending of the game, it's everything that the developers had left over.
Oh, that is the one thing. Apparently Prompto's bit of DLC was actually really good, and he had some very good character interactions, and finally a female lead that is actually going to be around for interesting parts of the game, and Prompto getting character event was really cool, and that was not actually in the base game. It's like, why is it that Prompto actually has really good cut content that's just moved everywhere else except the game itself? He's probably one of the most interesting characters. Except in the actual game, he's the most boring character. They literally took out everything of the most interesting character and decided, you know, you're too powerful. Let's nerf you. Yeah, I'm just realizing this entire video is Max0r punching me in the dick. I didn't even think it would be this bad. There's been other things like, yeah, that's a thing. Here, it's just one dick punch after the next. Consecutive dick punches, man. What the hell?
Big dog, and fuck it, he's in the game now. Breakdancing,
He looks
man.
cool.
Yeah, do it.
He
Just
also
put
looks
it in
cool.
Geometry. Hey, Noctis, I need your help to retrieve 10 metal after I killed my wife. I thought I was done with this. And
They
of
still
course,
have more of
killing
those?
Noctis's grandparents with a fucking bazooka. So by the time we've reached what is essentially the Joker, I can say with confidence that I am fucking done. It's very fitting that Arden's only motivation as a villain is to personally screw with me until the final battle, because that's exactly what the game has accomplished. The game
Basically,
even says it
yeah.
out loud.
Spite's all that's kept him going.
Really, you're gonna go with just spite. Killing Arden is pretty much a formality at this point, only made more expedient when God gets off his ass and actually helps me by
they actually can
the
do
final
that?
boss fight. What a cool mechanic. Much
Dude.
like the rest of the game, I don't know what's happening, and yet I'm winning.
I
Now,
have
as
no
watch
idea what's going on.
Noctis
I can't even
painfully
look at it.
throw
But
his
granted, I
body
never knew what's
onto
going on.
various
Today's
things like
subject, unconventional warfare tactics.
the game even feels the need to be so ridiculous and dramatic that Noctis McFucking kills himself so that he can double kill Arden in the afterlife. But really, that's
Seriously?
just part of the charm. Final Fantasy 15 realizes to some extent just how ridiculous it's being. The fact that it doesn't care for even a second how much money it throws away, how over the top the set pieces are, or just how fucked up the pacing is kind of endearing. The game has altered genres hour by hour. It has both too much money and not enough money. It's both an open world game and a string of set pieces. And the combat is great. Or it's terrible. One could say it depends on your outlook. There's this moment near the end of the game where it asks you to reflect. It's taken pictures of you throughout the game, and I was going to choose the one that exemplified my playthrough. I didn't think that it meant much until the final cutscene where Noctis shows a picture of the massive
know about
turtle
this
to his
one.
wife, looking fondly back at all the broken experiences he went through, and I burst out laughing for several minutes. Nothing will ever describe to you what the game is about more than that. This product is not worth any of your money. It will never be. But holy shit, maybe it was worth my time.
That is probably the nicest review I could possibly imagine for this. Because everything he said is just... Yeah, the game's kind of a crapshoot, but it has good moments. And honestly, I would like to see if he came back just to do the extras, because the DLCs for Prompto are worth it. And honestly, Ignis as well, just because you finally get an actual good ending. that doesn't make you feel like this is shit, I hate it. Because you actually do change it, and there's all the stuff with Arden and finding out, yeah, the gods are kind of horrible douchebags. Yeah, it's I got words. So that was probably one of the weirdest videos I've seen from Max0r. Not because he's throwing in memes that are like breaking my mind, a few of them, but a lot of them was just reminding me of things that I was like, yeah, I forgot about this part. I wish I still had forgot about it. Now it's in my head. And until I can do something like bash my head into a wall long enough that I forget it, it will be there. And I'm going to not forget it because I'm going to try and forget it actively. And the more you think about forgetting something, the more it's in your head because you're thinking about it. Yep. That's going to be a thing. So despite all of that, though, I don't hate this game. I hate so many things around it. I hate aspects of it. I hate that it is literally the worst impulses of Square Enix and a lot of video games developers just throwing money at something, not sure what they're doing, wasting time, dragging people to other projects, putting them back in. I know enough about the development hell this thing went through that it's like, even an unfinished freaking rhythm game would have probably made more sense. And that's if they hadn't eventually just gone for the original Crystal Chronicles aspect of it and just thrown that out there really fast. Granted, considering what they did, where they did actually throw out there really fast, which was Lightning Returns. Yeah, on the other hand, that did eventually lead to the remake of Final Fantasy VII and mechanic-wise, and that was pretty damn amazing. Just, it's a giant mess, and it is over the top, but the over-top parts are nice. With the broken parts, play it on PC and get a mod to fix it if you can. Yeah. I don't know if I'm convincing myself I want to play it again or not. I really don't know, and that's the crazy part, because everything he said enraged me, and yet somehow I kind of want to go back and try it again. Is this weird? It's weird. I'm not overwhelmed like most Max0r videos. I just feel conflicted because it's horrible in all the ways I kind of want to see again. I just can't quit it. Yeah, it's definitely weird. So if you haven't already, there's a link below to the original video. It's Max0r. Hit him up. And when you're done, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe here as well. And tell me if there's anything I missed, because it's me. I do that. Also, people telling me is kind of fun because like, oh, cool, I could rewatch this and reanalyze it. And I'm the idiot who likes doing that, so I find it absolutely kind of fun. I know, I'm weird. If anyone's watching this long enough to this point, you're aware of that as well. So yeah. For everyone else, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.